All right, quickly, let's go down to Rick Alvin. Rick, do you have anything?
I do, and here are a couple of things I want to say before we get into this. I cannot confirm any of this. This is developing very quickly. A lot of what we're hearing, unconfirmed information from scanners and other reports, but we do understand there is an active pursuit, the one that Leon just talked about, that may be in the Diamond and Leonard area that we heard just moments ago. Get an idea of where that is. Take a look here on the map. We have unconfirmed reports of shots fired. They may be being fired from a suspect vehicle. We can't confirm that this is the suspect. We cannot confirm this is precisely where this is happening, but we can tell you something is happening, and it's happening with a whole lot of activity. You saw all of those law enforcement officers move away from that scene in those live pictures just a little bit ago. You saw those moving away, and now we're listening to this as it is developing. This is developing, the last we heard, in the Leonard and Diamond area. Again, we cannot confirm precisely what is happening in that area, but we are getting unconfirmed reports of a chase, a pursuit that is underway, and that shots have been fired, we believe, from a suspect vehicle. We do not know if this is Dantzler, the suspect that they have been searching for since 7 people were murdered earlier today in Grand Rapids, but all indications are this may have some connection with that. We are sending our crews. We'll be staying safely out of the way to let law enforcement officers do their job, but we will try to be in the area to try to confirm as much of this information as possible. Now, for those of you who are joining us, as Brian just said, this is a very unusual circumstance. Right now we're taking a look. This is a live shot. Tell me what I'm looking at. This is
131 South.
131 South. You see these vehicles here. Can we take this live? We are live on this. I've got at least 3 Sheriff's Department vehicles, I believe, that are traveling on 131. This is southbound. Are we coming into the S curve? This is where we're coming? They're getting onto 196 right here. Let's just stay with this. Aaron's doing a great job of keeping up with this. We're going to watch these folks. They're
westbound.
This is westbound, so this would be like if you were going to Holland. This would be the area you would go. We're seeing these 3 coming down here. Now, it looks as though they may be ready to set up some type. They may be blocking this ramp right here. We're looking at least 1, and I believe those are Kent County Sheriff's Department cars. I can't. All right, now we're hearing that there may be something on northbound 131. So if we can get back over to the right just a little bit, let's take a look and see what we're seeing on northbound 131. I see a number of vehicles here. We see a full line of flashing lights on any number of vehicles, and I'm trying to see if we can see a vehicle that's being pursued. There are 2 vehicles. Here is a white vehicle. We believe this white vehicle may be the suspect vehicle. Did somebody confirm that he was in a different vehicle?
Well, scanner traffic.
Well, we're seeing a white vehicle here, and it appears that that is the vehicle
Clearly not stopping.
that police are trying to pursue. It does not look as though they're moving at a very high rate of speed. We apologize. This camera is difficult for us to move quickly, but it would appear that there is a white vehicle being followed by clearly a dozen or more police. All right, now we're seeing some type of activity. Is there smoke? It looks like the vehicle has lost a tire. In fact, it looks like the suspect vehicle may have lost a tire that came off of perhaps the left rear. Now, we don't know if that is a result of a spike strip. We don't know. There are some cars here. I don't know if they had a chance to get spike strips. We don't know if it's just a natural reaction from overdriving the car or if there was something else. We won't speculate about gunshots. But now as you move up 131, we are past, they're past the, is this a Leonard Street?
Leonard, yep.
This is Leonard Street, so we're moving on up to Ann around this corner. So a couple of things, pardon me. As you move around this corner and you come to Ann Street, they're going to get further and further out of our vision. But you can see as all of these cars, at least 25 police cars, we're told, that are trailing this individual as they come up around that curve. We'll lose them momentarily, but if they continue, oh good, here's a better look. If we take the MDOT, okay, is this the suspect vehicle here?
We believe so.
We believe that this is, and it looks to be a white Chevrolet, either a Tahoe or a Suburban, a later model vehicle. And there you see at least 24 police cars that are pursuing on US 131 North. They've just gone past Ann Street. Now this becomes interesting because they're going to come up to an interchange. I don't know what kind of visibility we're going to have of that. This suspect vehicle can go north on 131 that would take him up towards the West River Drive area, or he can go left and go back towards Muskegon and or perhaps back up onto Alpine, where we believe that he was headed in the first place. So let's take a look at this. This is US 131. At 196. So
96.
I'm sorry, at 96. Thank you for that correction. This is 131 here, right? So we see we have this ramp is blocked, so the suspect is not going there. Is he traveling from this direction? All right.
They are. There's no problem.
All right. All right, so this is West River Drive, and you see there are police vehicles here, but West River Drive is not blocked. They're going northbound. You see there are lights in the offing coming from the south, and we also have a close, yeah, this is the pic that we're looking at here. And again, my apologies. We're trying to follow this quickly. Here's an officer that's traveling on the southbound side, but doesn't have the ability to get over here and block this lane. So we'll see as the suspect vehicle comes up, US 131, he's got this blocked over here, but if the suspect vehicle is coming from the south to the north, that is not going to be where this pursuit is. We're waiting for these folks to come back into our line of sight. Let me reset what we believe we are seeing tonight. A pursuit on US 131 northbound that may be... All right, no, yeah, here.
There he is right there.
It looks like this is US 131 at 96. You can see the suspect vehicle is either smoking or is, yeah, it looks like it is smoking, and we don't know if it's smoking because we saw it lose a tire earlier. Now he's turning back on US 131. Is this southbound?
This is 96, I believe. 96 going eastbound.
96 going eastbound, and he is putting up a lot of smoke. You see the state police helicopter. He's crossing the median into oncoming traffic. The traffic appears to be slowing down at this point. This is an extremely dangerous situation as he's going east in the westbound lane. As you just saw it there, people had to get out of the way, and this is an extraordinarily dangerous situation. There you see state police and the other vehicles. Now, we are trying to get all of our cameras. You can see how traffic is stopped here. As far as we can tell, the suspect vehicle did not hit any of those cars. We can't be sure of that. Suspect vehicle is now beyond that sign. We can't see that very well, and we'll be going out of a range of our cameras in the next few minutes.
They switched.
All right, we switched the cameras now. Let's get a closer look of where we think the suspect vehicle. I believe if you look in the middle of your screen, you can see the suspect vehicle on the shoulder going the opposing way. Cars are getting out of the way. The police continue to follow. This is an amazing scene. You can see right here, there's a news live van right in the middle of the whole show. And now here you have the suspect vehicle that is traveling. And John, help me out one more time. You believe he is traveling?
I believe we're traveling eastbound in the westbound lane.
Eastbound in the westbound lane. Tell me what this intersection that he's coming up to.
This would be Plainfield up here.
All right, so this is Plainfield. He's going the wrong direction on this highway, and you see the police cars over here that are still in pursuit. Others have come over here, but there's nobody in front of him. So traffic that is beyond that, unbeknownst to them, is a person who is now clearly desperate, who is going the wrong way down this very busy section of freeway, and we are continuing to stay with this because, again, we believe this will be a suspect in 7 murders in this city today. It is, as far as we know, unprecedented for the absolute total number. All right, let's take a quick look. This is Plainfield. I do not have a very good picture of this.
He's now west in the eastbound. He's going back.
Now we're saying that he is in the westbound lane. Is that right?
Go ahead.
I do apologize because clearly this picture is not of very good quality, but it is the only picture that we have access to right now. So now we've lost it completely.
He's on point. He drove down the embankment.
He drove down the embankment.
All right, let's go. Well, wait a minute. Are we getting a picture back? Because we are told now he drove down an embankment. We believe this is a suspect in 7 murders here in Grand Rapids, and we believe that he drove down an embankment. Okay, let's take a look at this picture. Can you pull this up? Let the control room know that you have Bridgewater Place. Take Bridgewater Place if you can. We have a look at how this is affecting traffic along US 131. There is a picture I'm seeing over here of some other traffic. We believe now we're hearing that the suspect vehicle has driven down an embankment, at last we knew, near Plainfield?
Coit.
Near Coit, we're being told. And right now, I got to tell you, we're flying blind. We're trying to get as much information as we can. I'm looking at eastbound I-96 at Plainfield. We just saw a state police trooper come around that corner in a big hurry, but we don't see any other vehicles in there with him. So we're continuing to keep an eye on this intersection and monitoring other areas as well, because this is a large-scale pursuit, and we believe that this is a pursuit that is related to those 7 murders earlier today in Grand Rapids. Now, let me just take a breath and regroup, because we believe that we are getting closer to getting more information about what is happening here. We know that there are at least 7 folks, 7 people that lost their lives today, and that this chase, again, we believe, is in relation to a suspect. Steve Kelso, we are told, has some information. Let's go to him as quickly as we can.
Yeah, forgive me if I'm a little out of breath here. I'm still hustling around from having shots of pictures here at Fulton and Division, where this chase came through here just a few moments ago. There's a Grand Rapids police car in the middle of that intersection now with a flat tire, and it has been injured. And ambulance is here, and they've just put somebody on board that ambulance, and they are pulling away. There's some witnesses around here that tell me that one civilian was shot during all of this chase that went on through here, and that they watched in horror as the car then went back down Division away from downtown, or down Fulton away from downtown, firing off a number of rounds indiscriminately in all directions. We're going to stay on this scene for now, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can get any more updated information from the scene. Right now we're live in Grand Rapids. Steve Kelso, 24-hour News 8.
All right, we're back down here at the live desk along with Brian and Ann and Steve, everybody that's out in the field. We're looking at this. Tell me what, this is US 131. Can we take this? If we can get you to take this, there we go. This is US 131 at 96. And what am I, help me if you can, Aaron. What am I, this is 131?
Looking east.
Because we're clearly blocking an area here. Now, do we believe this is the suspect vehicle? Because this is very similar to...
I would say no.
You would say no because of...
Say no.
You would say that is not because it is not smoking. On the other hand, it may have been. It's a pretty gutsy move. Leon Hendricks is standing by. I just want to get a quick definition that we are seeing some interstate highways being blocked in the area. We're going to try to update you on all of that. Leon, we're going to go out to you.
Rick, pardon my breathlessness here. We have just been pushed back very quickly. There's some concern that the suspect might be coming to this area. Take a look. You can see this is just one of a couple of helicopters that have converged on this area. We're right in the area where the second stop he's believed to have made, where he is accused of killing. You can see this state police officer flying down the street. We don't know where this is happening around us, but it's certainly close. Frantically, police just came to us, told us to run away from the scene. We know this, we're just a couple of blocks away from the second stop he's accused of making and killing 4 people, three women and 1 man. Again, this is happening very close to us. We're trying to get into a position where we are safe. We're going to send it back to you right now, Rick. We're going to try to keep these pictures just as long as we can safely.
24-hour News 8's Leon Hendricks on scene of an extraordinary police chase unfolding through the streets and highways in and around Grand Rapids. The suspect crossing medians, gunshots fired, possible injuries, dodging down medians, driving the wrong way. You've seen it all live here through our MDOT and live ground coverage as you see that state police helicopter still circling now the area in which Leon was stationed. We're also keeping in contact with 24-hour News 8's Danny Carlson. Danny, you've been given similar instructions as well?
Yeah, that's right. Just a few minutes ago, we actually saw 3 cop cars drive through this area, lights and sirens going. Just minutes before that, police officers came up to us and actually told everyone who was within the crime scene tape, people who are here supporting and mourning the people who were killed in that home earlier this afternoon, actually told them to get out of the street, get as far away from the street as possible, to get into a home or to get behind something if possible. They've been telling us to stay out of the street just because they don't know what this person is going to do next. We've been hearing on the scanners that that individual may actually be just about a mile up the road from us on Plainfield Avenue. We don't have that confirmed, obviously, at this point. Another thing to mention, though, is that a little bit earlier, just a few minutes ago, someone thought that that individual had been killed, and there was just a cheer that came from these people here who have been gathered here this afternoon mourning the loss of their loved ones. So we'll keep you updated as we get information, but stay tuned with us. Live in Grand Rapids, Danny Carlson, 24-hour News 8.
And of course, the suspect is covering a lot of ground. A lot of people don't realize how dangerous this person is. He could be armed. He's certainly out of control.
He has no regard for anyone's personal safety. Whoever was driving that car was driving in such a reckless manner, almost caused wrecks. Steve Kelso was reporting there's perhaps a law enforcement officer injured and gunshots firing indiscriminately from the vehicle. Rick Albin, of course, has been narrating this for us. He has been watching this unfold live. Rick, do we know where this guy may be now?
I think there's a good indication that what Leon was talking about, that if this is the suspect in those 7 murders, and we have every reason as this develops to believe it is, that he may well be headed back to that area. Let me give you an idea of what we're looking at right here. This is 96. This would be if you come off 131 and you're heading towards Plainfield, or if you're going on around and you're going to go on to Lansing. This would be going back the other way to Muskegon. And right here you see the state police helicopter. Right down here is where that scene was earlier today. What we believe happened is that when that vehicle crossed across into the now vacant lane, because they've clearly closed off 96 both directions here, he crossed across the median, started going the wrong direction, and was heading towards that intersection. When it became clear he wasn't going to be able to make it, we were told he perhaps drove or perhaps crashed down an embankment near Coit.